I've been listening to a lot of Guy Clark. He's a little country, a little twang. He's got a song called the Dublin Blues that sometimes I will play after I get home from dinner and drinks and things are moving slow. And now I'm making a list of things I would tell you if you hadn't let me go. And I've been reading Philip Roth. He's got one hell of a pen. Didn't like him the first time around, but you ought to try him again. Yeah, but all book pages are black and white, and I'm feeling pretty great. And I'm making a list of things I would tell you if only you had stayed. Oh, I'm walking slow by the mailbox, hoping for a word. Oh, something like, darling, I'm sorry, this ain't what you deserve. Oh, oh. Now, I've been planting a few little flowers and I'm baking my own bread. And I'll go running every morning to try and clear my head. Yeah, but the flowers froze and my bread won't rise, and the running's just for show. And now I'm making a list of things I would tell you if you hadn't let me go. Yeah, I'm making a list of things I would tell you if you hadn't let me go.
So this kind of relates to your song Hard Living. One thing we talk a lot about in film is whether or not our films need to be like rooted in truth, like something that we've experienced ourselves to be more meaningful. Do you think that sense of authenticity or truth telling is like important to songwriting, like especially for like folk music?
I think it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has that every song should be interpreted as the songwriter's the songwriter's truth. That it is the songwriter's truth. I mean, that song is authentic for some people and not necessarily authentic for me, but it doesn't mean it's any less authentic. It all depends on who you apply it to, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, authenticity is thrown around so often with music, and I assume film as well. I don't know as much as I should about good film. But, I think if you write songs about things that you care about, then it's going to turn out to be authentic in one way or another.
Do you ever find yourself like putting yourself in situations like for the music, like you think like you'll be in a moment and you'll be thinking like, I can make a really good song.
Sure. Yeah. That's if you think about things that might have happened or things that can happen or things that will happen, it's definitely fodder for songwriting.
When you like try and construct it, you feel like it's not as good as when it just like happens to you. So do you feel like when you like try and like approach situations from like will this make a good song, do you feel like that is like less authentic? Like is there a difference between like happening to be authentic or like constructed authenticity?
I don't think that it changes the authenticity. I think I've found that forcing it has been rather pointless. I mean, you can sit for hours and hours and hours, and if you don't have any ideas, then you're not going to have a song. So yeah, and the flip side of that is you have to get out into the real world and have experiences, and that will make you have better material. I was talking to somebody or reading something that said, I don't understand why people ride around on the subways in New York with their headphones in, because there's so much life going around you, especially in that atmosphere. So I was in Chicago recently and made sure not to bring my headphones on the subway, and not too much not too much interesting. Well, there was plenty of interesting stuff. None of it'll end up in a song. But yeah, it's it's good to be aware of what's going on around you because you never know when inspiration will strike. So I carry cocktail napkins and stuff like that with me and scribble on ticket stubs and that sort of thing.